G'day everyone, this is my review of the 2021 Suzuki Spacia. I've got a model designation of MK53S, and these are the second gen of this particular model. It's a keicar, and you might think it's a small car, but I'm 6'6". It's roughly 2 meters tall, and you can see that it sits about 1.8 meters high. Keicars have size constraints and also engine and power constraints. So they're really designed for the city, and this one was just imported from Japan. I'll take you for a little run around the front. So it's got LED lights, it's got the radar cruise control setup. It also has emergency braking. When you're stopped in traffic, if the car in front pulls ahead, it will warn you that you've left too much of a gap. It's a pretty high-tech thing. We've got little fog lights on the bottom here that are LED as well. If you come around the side, 15-inch alloys come standard on these cars. You see the little hybrid badge, so it's a mild hybrid system, which means it's got a little tiny 2.5 or 2.3 kilowatt electric motor under here that works as both the generator, the starter motor, and the power for the hybrid system. LED mirrors, or indicators on the mirrors. Around the back we've got 15s as well, 15-inch alloys on it. All these are LED once again, and then some pretty cool little badging here. Now I'm going to start this one a little bit unconventionally, and we're going to have a look at the back seat of this car. Both sides are electric, so plenty of space. Remembering I'm 6'6" here, and talk about leg room, I have got enough room to easily open up my Coke table. Plenty of space on it. What else have I got in terms of storage? I've got electric up and down electric windows. I've got the ignition turned off. Got little blinds here. Little privacy screens if you've got your little kid here. A little container here for the drink bottle. And other than that, the only other luxury you have here is this little back vent which recirculates air from the front and pushes it to the back. So stepping out, super easy, plenty of space. Press the button, door locks itself. Coming around to the back, yeah, this is manual, but plenty of space. Now these seats are right back at the moment, and that's why I had so much space there, but they fold down really quickly and easily. Roll that forward, push it forward if you want. Same on this side. And then there's enough room in here for having a nice little picnic or whatever you want to do in here. A little bit of storage here on the sides, got the speakers and a little 12-volt old school outlet in here. Okay, now let's go and have a look in the front seat. Something I forgot to mention, in the back seat here, both seats have isofix points, so perfect for child seats, infant seats, whatever else. Coming into the front, I'm going to sit in the passenger seat first because this is also a pretty cool spot to sit. The storage options are pretty much endless, and nice solid actually. Nice solid feel to the doors. So we got a little, I'll open the door so you can see a bit easier, little pocket for all your rubbish that you never want to carry around, coins and whatever else. Nice little soft thing on the door here. Another little pocket, something for your drink bottle, and don't know what else would fit in there. Maybe a little, I don't know, who knows. Storage here. Plenty of space for sunnies or whatever else you want to put in there. You see the ads in Japan have a little tissue box in here, which kind of makes sense, I guess. Cool drink holder. I like that little pop-up. And then the glove box, which is, you know, big enough to hold your little good luck kitty. Got a little spot here. I think this spot here is for the phone. It sort of makes sense. It's a bit close to the USB charging ports, which I believe somehow hook into the entertainment unit. Got your emergency switch here, all your climate controls, and automatic transmission selection. So let's hop in the front seat, the driver's seat, and I'll actually, before I do that, let's have a look under the hood. Look at the engine bay, this little thing. So super compact little powertrain. I'll start with the big one here. So this is a 660cc 3-cylinder engine. This one's turbocharged, so it's a really nice little design. The air comes in here, up through the air cleaner, into the turbo, and then through this little tiny intercooler. Intercooler's got a nice big duct, so fresh air can come in and cool it down. And at the back of the engine here, driven by a belt, is the ISG, which is the 2.3 kilowatt integrated starter generator. You've got your conventional battery in here, and if we nip around, have a little look at this. So under the passenger seat, under this little storage bin, we have the lithium-ion battery, and this is a 12 volt 10 amp hour battery, so not the biggest one in the world, but certainly enough to work for regenerative braking and giving a bit of a boost when you start at the lights. Okay, so as per usual, you've got 4 electric window controls here. You can block the rear windows from opening, and you've got your mirror controls, all pretty standard for a modern car. Come down to here, this is the left and right rear doors, so you hold that for half a second and it'll open. Below here I have still got the ETC card, which is the toll card for Japan. No use to us here in Australia, but kind of cool when it starts. Having a look at the steering wheel controls, you've got all of the cruise controls here, which, as I mentioned, is adaptive cruise control. We've got a power button, really well placed actually, so if you need a spot of power, press the button and it makes a marked difference to how it performs. Got a little storage cup here. It's pretty useful for throwing your cup of coffee in or something else. We've got a heads-up display controls here. I'll try and walk through that, but it's pretty hard to see on a camera, but it's a really bright, really informative display. And before I hop in, there's one little panel down here that's got a bunch of other controls. I haven't really played with them. I've had the car for about a week, but haven't really touched these yet. You can turn on or off the parking sensors, traction control, automatic emergency braking, and a few other settings there. So let's hop in and see how this thing goes. So as you can see, this is just my normal driving position, and there's still enough room in here. I mean, check out this headroom. It's just incredible. I don't think I've driven a car. Oh, excuse me. Yes, okay. Thank you. I don't think I've driven a car that has this much headroom. So let's have a look at this dash. Dash is pretty informative. You've got your tacho obviously here, your speedometer, and this is a pretty cool little feature. It shows you what power is going to the battery, and whether the engine's on, whether the engine's powering the wheels or not. And a little indicator at the top here which shows how efficient you are. When it's blue, which is now, we're not being very efficient. So let's take it for a spin. So foot brakes on the floor here, ding, usual thing. Throw it in reverse. Great camera at the back here. You can flick the modes here if you want to see just the rear camera, just one side of the car, a view of the car. Yeah, plenty of options there. So let's set it, let's go. Let's have a look. I think the only downside so far that I've seen is the maps don't work really well. We'll figure that out one day. So driving around the city, I've driven it for the last couple of weeks, and it is just a fantastic little car. Plenty of power. Rarely hit the power button. This is just in normal mode. In terms of fuel economy, I've got roughly 6.3, 6.4 litres per 100k, which, considering the driving style, I've just been in keicar traffic and hilly terrain, pretty damn good. As you can see, you know, cruising at 60k an hour, just effortless. I've taken it on the freeway, and people talk about it being difficult to get to 100, but it is absolutely not. It is a zippy little car. There's no problem with that speed. Yeah. You see, my instantaneous fuel economy is pretty crazy. I think about this little car, I think is a fantastic city car. I wouldn't recommend driving from Brisbane to Cairns. I just don't think it's cut out for that, but highway speeds, no problem. City speeds, no problem. Very zippy, very maneuverable, super fuel efficient, so much space, it's easy to park. It's really hard to fault it, and I think the only two minor faults I'd give it are with the small wheels and Australian roads. You'll feel if you hit any big bumps. Normal day-to-day bumps, no problem, but we all know Australian roads aren't the best. And the second one is a minor gripe, but some drivers are less considerate of these smaller cars, and they're more likely to pull out in front of you or something. But overall, not an issue. Brings a lot of smiles to people's faces, and it's a fun, zippy little car to drive. It's super fuel efficient. I mean, what more do you want? So look, thanks for watching. Give me a yell if you have any questions. Put it in the comments. I love all your comments, good, bad, otherwise, and I'll see you on the next one.